What's up, ladies and gents? This is one and only Sugi JRPG here, and today we are going to be exploring the top mods for Crisis Core Reunion for PC. You need to obviously own the game on Steam. You probably can find it on discount on places like Penguin. I'm going to leave a link on the comment section in case you want to buy it from there. Now, there isn't really any hard prerequisites to basically get these mods running. The only thing that is usually needed for most of these mods is the UTalk Pack Patcher, and basically you just need to download the file, unzip it, and run the file, and then it basically asks the location of your Crisis Core X file, and that's basically it. And then you clear out this mod folder on this directory, and then you just drop in all the mods that you download here, unzipped obviously, and then you have the mods running. And in case you want to uninstall the mods, you can just delete them from this folder, or just like reset the settings in Steam, you know, the factory settings or whatever it's basically called, and that's it. But let's now get into my top 5 list for the mods. As for number 5, we have a mod called the Enhanced Visuals, created by Key to Truth, and this is a mod that increases the visual fidelity of the game by enhancing the existing features and enabling some of the disabled ones. So the things that this basically changes are things like the cinematic depth of field, convolution bloom, the increased TAA and the AO quality, disabling the dynamic resolution, increasing the view distance, the field of vision, and the LOD bias, better cascade shadows for the game, and screen space global illumination is added in, and then there is this sort of like a truth ambient occlusion. And there's 2 different versions out of this mod, one that comes with motion blur and one that comes without motion blur. Now there are some other ultra HD mods out there which will enhance the image quality of the game altogether, but I have to say, like, even the base game looks pretty great, but this just like further basically adds out some, you know, distinctive quality, and obviously like certain like special effects look a lot better with this mod on. But if this is not the one you're gonna be going for, there are some couple of other alternatives which will enhance the graphics as well. As for number 4, we have the Ultimate Shop mod created by Sam PT, and this comes along with an ability to basically buy out all the secret shops in the game, and this comes along with all the summon materia for DMV, all the accessories in the game which are gonna be breaking out the HP and the MP limits and all that type of stuff. And this is something that can be unlocked at any point of the game, so even if you're playing it through on the first time or just middle of the game, you just basically throw this mod in and you basically get access to all of these shops inside the game. And it's very convenient for people who are speedrunning or just wanting to play the game again without having to basically wait to unlock all of these necessary things to make the game like play out faster. Now there's one thing, because this is based on the developer debug mod, you're not able to run these 2 together. So in case you're gonna be running that mod, just run that mod alone. But in case you're not going to be using the developer debug mode, you know, you can get this one, because this is just very convenient for a lot of people, and obviously, you know, you get to access to all of the material that you want, and you can create basically the perfect build that you desire. And then we are going to be going for number 3, which is a mod created by Ninja Grime 12. This is called Zack Advent Children Outfit, and it's a very self-explanatory mod. It basically changes out Zack's costume, both pre-time skip and after the time skip, into the outfit that Cloud is using on the Advent Children movie. Now, what I like about this mod is that it's not just changing how Zack looks in the combat and on the field, but this is also for the cutscene. So this is the same model that is being used on both, which is very convenient and obviously doesn't like break the immersion here. There has been some minor glitches reported regarding this mod, especially on the time skip and something to do with scars and stuff based on what I've read on the comments. But on my experience, I didn't really witness that many glitches here. In case you just want to have the full Cloud experience, there's also another mod that basically changes your whole character into Cloud. But the thing that's kind of weird about that is that it still has Zack's voice. So it's, you know, not Cloud, and then you're going to be able to meet Cloud in the game itself, so that's like double weird. But in case people just like the aesthetical design of Cloud more and haven't had enough of playing with Cloud on Final Fantasy VII Remake, I guess you have also the option to do that. But in my opinion, this is one of the better ones out there, and also it does change also the portrait in the menu as well, because some of the other models that you can download, they do not actually do that. So just so you know. And then for number 2, we have another mod created by Ninja Grime 12. This is the custom menus, and this allows you to change out the main menu's color scheme. There are a couple of different options, which are as follows: yellow, red, purple, which we're using in this video, pink, gray, green, and cyan. I would argue actually the gray is one of the better ones out there. It has a bit of like a better look, and it's not like too flashy, because some of them actually are kind of bright and kind of crazy looking, but obviously they do give a very different feel into this game if you're playing. Now, this is not like a perfect mod in the sense that it's not changing absolutely everything into this color scheme, because there's obviously like you know, tool tips and like when you have dialogue boxes and things like that. Not all of those things are actually changed into the corresponding color. Only when you start out the game and choose like settings, new game, continue, that is changed into the new color, and also when you open up the menus. But there's still like a couple of other things which are still in the original colors, which are not converted into this new color scheme, which is kind of sad. So I was hoping that this would like change everything into that. So it kind of has a bit of a mixed feel in my opinion because of that, but maybe it can be edited in the future to include all of those things. But also the when you are inside the fields, you have the enemies appearing, and you have your like abilities and also your HP and MP. Those are also changed into the corresponding color scheme that you're going to be using. So when you basically download the zip file, you choose the color you want, and then you drop in that into the mods folder, and then you get basically rolling out, and just deleting the actual folder will, you know, revert it back into that standard blue that the game uses. And then jumping into number 1, and by the way, these are not in like any particular ranking order. I don't consider like this one the best mod out of the list, but this was another one that I kind of like recommend using because it's actually kind of funny. So this is Roy from Fire Emblem, the first Fire Emblem game ever, and probably one of the more iconic characters in the whole franchise altogether. Maybe not as big as Marth, but still very relevant. And what this mod does, it changes out Zack's model into Roy, also changes out his swords into ones that Roy is using in the original Fire Emblem. Now, unlike the Advent Children model that I was featuring earlier, this one doesn't come with actual menu art as well, so you can still see Zack's model when you open up the menu, which is a downside to this mod, which is actually in hindsight I probably should have ranked this 3 and that one first. But fundamentally, I think it's like a nice mod. It gives out a very goofy look into this game, but it's one of those things that make you have a bit more refreshing experience. And I have to say, it actually fits surprisingly well. And maybe not all the facial animations are like one-to-one perfect as they are in the original model, but I still think it actually does a fair amount of a good job. And this was done by WTales358. And that is basically what I have to share for you today. As always, subscribe, like, and I'm gonna be compiling an article version there where you can find out some other mods and obviously a very short tutorial how to basically get these Crisis Core Reunion mods started. And I have to say, for a spin-off game, there's surprisingly a lot of mods, even compared to some mainline titles like Final Fantasy 13. There isn't really that many mods out there for that game, but people have still modded out these recent titles to a very great extent, so that's very cool to see. So there's a lot of other models and some other like graphical scale updates out there for this game, but I couldn't really find anything that really changes out the balance in the game. There was also one that tried to change the original audio back from the original version, but I couldn't get that working at all. So that's why it's not actually on this list. So maybe other people can get it to working, I don't know, but I didn't have any luck with that. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for other mod videos, obviously, on the channel. Probably Final Fantasy 12 next or 15. And I will be seeing you next time on the next video. Cheerios.